Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new tutorial where we'll be creating a musical instrument project. So we're going to open tips and we're going to select make music, and as it says, make music. Choose musical instruments, add sounds and press keys to play music. So let's click here to start. The first thing we need to do is pick a drum. Click this icon to choose a new sprite. So this icon right here, we're going to click here and we're going to click the music theme to find a drum. So let's look for music. It is under themes. If you go to music, you'll see drums. We're going to take a drum conga and we're going to click OK. All right. Then we're going to delete our cat using the scissors tool. So the scissors tool is right here on top. If you click on it and click on our cat, it gets rid of the cat. Now let's click on next, play the drum. So now it says build a script to play a drum sound. So you're going to go to events and drag out when space key is pressed. Then we're going to go to sound and drag out play sound, tap conga, click on the drop down arrow and look for high conga. Then it says press the space key to try it. So if you press the space key on your keyboard, that is the long key on your keyboard, it should make a high conga sound. Now let's click the sounds tab to preview the sounds we've got on this drum conga. We have high conga. If you click play, that's high conga. We have low conga. We have muted conga. And we've got tap conga. All right, so let's go back to scripts. Now we're going to click on next, make a rhythm. Now it says add more sounds to make a pattern. Use wait blocks to pause between sounds. So we're going to add another play sound here, and we're going to say drop down arrow, low conga. We're going to go to control and drag out wait 1 second and put it in between play sound high conga and play sound low conga. And then the last one, we'll put it right underneath play sound conga. We change the numbers to 0.125, the bottom one as well, 0.125. You can add more sounds and play with the timing to customize your rhythm, so you can change the sounds. You can also build a script looking like this. You can have, instead of high conga, low conga, you can have muted conga and tap conga. For now, we'll stick to high conga and low conga. So let's see what happens when we press the space key. It gives us a rhythm. So let's now click on next, make it repeat. Use a repeat block to make it play more than once. So we're going to be in control and drag out our repeat loop and swallow up all the other codes except for when space key is pressed. Then we're going to change the number to 4. So now your script will look something like this. Let's see what happens when we press the space key. It repeats this sequence 4 times. So now let's click on next, animate the drum. You can animate your instrument by adding a next costume block. Next costume block is under looks. Next costume, we put it in between wait 0.25 beats and play sound low conga. Then we're going to also put it, right here, like this. Play sound high conga. Next costume, wait 0.25 seconds. All right. Then we're going to drag another one and put it in between play sound low conga and wait 0.25 seconds and put it right there. So now your code should look like this or like this. You can click the costumes tab to see the sprite's costumes. So let's click on costume tab. As you can see, we've got drums conga A, drums conga B. So let's see if we click the spacebar, what happens. All right, so it switches costumes. Now let's click on next, play an instrument. Play an instrument. Click this icon to choose a new sprite. So we need to get a new sprite under the music category to choose an instrument. You can use a saxophone or a trumpet. We're going to use a saxophone. So let's click on new sprite, music, saxophone, and click OK. Now it says build a script to play a sound when you press A key. So we go to events, drag out with space key pressed, click on the drop down arrow and look for up arrow. Then go to sound and drag out play sound C2 sax. So now you can test it out by pressing the up arrow key on your keyboard. That is the up arrow key on your keyboard. All right, now let's click on next, make a melody. Add more sounds to make a melody and use a wait block to pause between sounds. So let's drag another play sound C2 sax, another play sound C2 sax. Change the second one to G. So click on the drop down arrow, click on G, and change the third one to E. Click on the drop down arrow and look for E, E sax. Then you're gonna go to control, drag out a wait 1 second and put it in between C2 and G. Drag another one and put it in between G and E. Drag another one and put it right at the bottom. Change all the numbers to 0.25. Second one, 0.25. Third one, 0.25. You can add more sounds and play with the timing to customize your melody. So let's see what happens if I click my up arrow key on the keyboard. All right. Next, we're going to click on add a chord. So we can play more than one sound at a time to make a chord like this. So let's go to events, drag out when space key is pressed, drop down arrow, look for down arrow, go to sound, drag out play sound C2 sax, drag it out again, and drag it out for the third time. Change the value of not of one, but the first one, change the value to F sax, the second one to A sax, and the third one to C2 sax. Now you can duplicate this whole code by right-clicking on your mouse and select duplicate and then paste. You can duplicate again and then paste. If that method is too hard for you, you can use the duplicate tool, which is this tool right here next to the scissor. You click on that and you click on the code and it will duplicate it just for you. So now we can change these and give ourselves more chords to play with. Change the arrow right here, change this to a C. So whenever you press the C key, it plays a melody. So let's change the value. The first one will be C2 sax, third one will be G, and then the third one will be E. Here you can also change the key, change it to G. Let's change the sound. So the first play sound, we go for G, second one for B, third one for D. Now let's see what happens. Up, down, C, J. All right. Now let's click on next, play random notes. So we need another musical instrument such as a piano or a guitar. We will use a guitar. So let's click on new sprite, music, guitar. Okay. All right, you can drag your instruments wherever you want on your stage. So now we have our guitar. So now let's build a script like this on our right hand side. Drag out play sound C2 guitar. Go to events, drag out when space key is pressed. Click on the drop down arrow and look for right arrow. Then go to operators and drag out pick random 1 to 10 and drop it in where it says C2 guitar, like this. Change the last number to an 8. We also want to make it change color each time. So let's add a change color block to your script. So let's go to looks and drag out change color effect by 25. So now we can play random sounds on our guitar if we press the right arrow key. And it changes color as well. Next thing we're going to do is add vocals. So we're going to add any sprite we want. So I'm going to add in a singer. So let's click on new sprite, music, singer 1, click OK. All right. Now we're going to go to the sounds tab, then click on this speaker icon to open up the sound library. And then we're going to click the vocals theme, then choose beatbox sounds. So let's go and do so. Category, we go to vocals. Then on your keyboard, hold down shift and select all the bass beatbox sounds. All right. Once you've done that, you click OK. So now it has added all the sounds on the sounds library. Now we're going to go back to script and build this sequence. Go to events, drag out when space key is pressed. Click on the down arrow and look for B. Go to control, drag out the repeat loop, change the number to 2. Now we go to sound and drag out play sound. Click on the drop down arrow and look for bass beatbox. Go to control and drag out wait 1 second, put it inside the repeat loop. Change the time to 0.25 seconds. So now we're going to duplicate only these 2 codes right here. So click on the duplicate tool and just duplicate these 2 codes only, like this, and put it inside the repeat loop. So we're going to need 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's go to duplicate tool. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right. Then we're going to change the sounds of the second one. Drop down arrow, hi-hat beatbox. Third one, drop down arrow, snare beatbox. Then the fourth one is going to be hi-hat beatbox again. Then you're going to duplicate this whole code once again. Use the duplicate tool. All right, click on the duplicate tool and do this. Change the repeat here to 4. Change the key to D. And only take out these codes right here, like this, and delete them. Then you're going to go to operators and drag out pick random 1 to 10 and drop it in play sound hi-hat beatbox like this. Change the number 10 to a 5. All right. Next thing you can do on your own is you can record your own sounds using a microphone. So go ahead and try that if you can. Now let's continue with the next step. Next step is adding more sprites. So you can do this by adding more musical instruments of your choosing. So let's first now add a backdrop to our project. So we click on choose backdrop from library, and you can go to the music and dance theme, and I'm going to pick the stage 1, and click OK. Right. So now we have our instruments. There we go. You can play around with all the sounds you've got on your project, add more instruments, add more tunes, and add more animations. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe.